What's up everybody, my name is JustJarrod and welcome back to another No Man's Sky video. In this video we are going to be talking about land vehicles, or the possibility of land vehicles in No Man's Sky. Now land vehicles are a really interesting thing because a lot of people want land vehicles. There are people who don't want them, a lot of people do want them because they'd just be cool to have. They'd be an interesting facet of the game, another vehicle to drive rather than just flying your ship kind of deal. Now, we've seen some concept art of land vehicles, but we don't really know if they're actually going to be a thing in No Man's Sky. Eventually, maybe. We don't know if they're going to be a thing when the game is launched, but I'm going to be talking about why they might be a thing and why they might not actually be in the game. So we got some pros and cons, some advantages and disadvantages here. I'm going to run through them. I recently talked about this on one of my live streams and we had a huge conversation about land vehicles, and we had a lot of opinions that I never really thought about on why they won't be a thing. So I'm going to go over them now, and then you guys can let me know what you think down in the comments. But I think this is a really good argument. They might end up being a thing because fans want them to be a thing, but there are some disadvantages that people need to think about. Alright, so here we go. We're going to start with why there will be land vehicles in the game. Okay, so why there will be land vehicles? Because they're just cool, right? They're cool, they're fun, kind of like the Mako from Mass Effect, even though that wasn't cool and fun, it was a land vehicle, right? They could do a better rendition of that if you played the Mass Effect series, or at least Mass Effect 1. They could do something like that, but it'd be a lot different. It'd be a different kind of gameplay aspect. Rather than flying all the time, you could land on a planet and somehow get your vehicle and just drive around a bit. It'd kind of be a fun gameplay aesthetic kind of deal, where it's just for fun rather than super important to gameplay. So that's one reason. Another reason, it'd be easier to traverse planets on the ground, right? So if you get in your ship and you fly over it, you might not see everything on the ground level because everything is being generated as you're moving towards her and closer to it. So if you're flying around, you'll miss a lot. So if you're able to, instead of walking along the ground but driving along the ground, you'll be able to see things quicker and I guess at a lot faster rate than just walking around, because that could take some time. Obviously, I don't really care, but if you want, you'll be able to traverse barren planets a lot quicker because there's maybe not much to see rather than just gathering resources. So you'll be able to do that a lot quicker. Or if you just want to speed through planets to see like huge things that you can find rather than pay attention to the details of a planet, you could use the land vehicle. Another thing is more inventory space, possibly. So we know with your ship you have quite a bit of inventory space along with all your, your suit and whatnot. But maybe with a land vehicle, maybe they'll be directed more towards gathering resources, so it could have more inventory space for you to take back to your ship. Who knows? We don't know, because if you have more inventory space with a land vehicle, then if you were to bring it back to your ship, how would you fit it all on your ship? Because your ship has a set inventory. Nobody really knows how it would work, but it's just kind of a theory. Possible inventory, like a greater inventory with a land vehicle, because it's for gathering resources. And if there are land vehicles in the game, my guess is they would be procedurally generated, and they would have a procedural kind of upgrade system as well, like how your gun has, or how your suit has, or how your ship has. I bet there would be upgrades for land vehicles as well. Now, that's it for why there will be land vehicles. Now we're going to jump to why there won't be land vehicles, and this is kind of greater. There's a lot more reasons. So I'm going to start off with some of the reasons I thought of, some I didn't, but let's get to that. So, why there will not be land vehicles in No Man's Sky. If you see somewhere you want to go in No Man's Sky, right, just fly there. It's a lot quicker. It's definitely a lot quicker. That being said, walking around a planet will take forever. Even driving around a planet will take forever. So just get in your ship, find a place to call your ship, and fly there, right? That's it. If you see a place you want to go, just fly there. You don't gotta walk, you don't gotta drive. Super quick, super easy, just fly there, right? That's a reason. Another reason, accidentally running down creatures and animals with your land vehicle. So if you're trying to play the safe way, you're not trying to get into conflict, you're not trying to mess with the creatures, not trying to kill anything, not trying to fight the sentinels, or if you're just trying to gather things and drive around, calmly and not do anything dangerous, what if you accidentally just plow through a family of creatures right? And then the Sentinels are after you. You've killed creatures. You feel bad. You're being attacked. Like, just everything has gone down the wrong path that you intended. Okay, I expect if there are land vehicles in the game, it'll be super easy to accidentally kill creatures, much like it is super easy to accidentally kill people in Grand Theft Auto with a car, right? It's not the easiest thing to drive without hitting anything in Grand Theft Auto, much like I assume it would be in No Man's Sky. I mean, if you're on a barren planet, that's different, but if you're on a lush planet, right, you don't want to be driving around. You'll just be plowing through families of animals. You'll start feeling bad, and you'll just be killed by the Sentinels. I don't think that'll be a good thing. I would hate that. That would suck. It would not be a good time. But that's one of the things I thought of. I mean, it's just, I don't see it happening, truthfully. I mean, I see everybody killing animals on accident and then complaining about the land vehicles. I mean, some people might want to kill creatures, so that might be a good thing for them. That might be a why for them instead of a why not, but you never know. Okay, another reason why land vehicles will not be in the game is, where would your land vehicle be? Would you just carry it around in your pocket? I don't think so. I don't think you're going to call it down from the moon or from the sky like in Borderlands. I don't think that's how it's going to work. I don't think they're going to do where your ship like transforms like Transformers into a land vehicle, or it transforms into something else. That won't be a thing, and the reason why is because if you transform your ship into a land vehicle, get your land vehicle, drive 5 feet, transform your land vehicle back into a ship, and you could fly off. Now, the whole reason I say that won't be a thing is because back when the game was like, what, 2 years ago, they had the system in place where you could call your ship at any time, right? So you could fly away at any time. But they took that out because they were having people who were playing the game, they were having people walk 10 feet, call their ship, walk 10 feet, call their ship, because it is a survival game. So if they were to put it in place where your land vehicle could transform into your ship and vice versa, it's the same problem. People would be able to leave whenever they want. There's no losing your ship. It takes away the survival aspect. So I don't think transforming your ship into a land vehicle will ever be a thing. I am 100% sure that's not going to be a thing if land vehicles come into play. So where would your land vehicle be, right? Now, we had somebody say that maybe you would rent your land vehicles. Maybe you could rent your land vehicles. Kind of much how people think you might be able to put like a insurance on your actual ship, just in case it crashes, you could still have it. Who knows? Maybe you can rent land vehicles from like NPCs or something like that. This was talked about in my stream. This was brought up by someone in the stream. Maybe you can rent them. Maybe you'll find some Korvax garage and there'll be like a land vehicle parked there. You could pay the Korvax some money, rent the vehicle, and then drive it off into the sunset and do your own thing with it. And then when you're done with it, it'll just return itself to the garage, much like the planes just somehow, fly in and find you when you call them, right? So that could be a thing. Maybe you could rent NPC land vehicles, but then you get to the point where if you are enemies, right? If you're enemies with the Korvax, if you like gun down one of their scientists and then run away, how much you want to bet they're gonna come after you in those land vehicles? And that'll be a time. That'll be great. That will be awesome, actually. That's a cool idea. But anyways, kind of got off topic there. There's that reason. Another reason, and my final reason why land vehicles will not be in No Man's Sky, because if you're driving around, right, not only are you going to miss some things, details, depending on how fast you're driving or how fast a land vehicle can actually move across the ground, but if you have to get out, like, if you find something you want to gather, some resource you want to gather, some item you want to look at, some artifact you want to check out or inspect, you're going to have to get out of your vehicle a lot. You're going to have to get out, pick up something, mine something, get back in, get out, pick up something, mine something, get back in, get out, look at this artifact, get back in, get out, look at this cave. It's just so much. Like, that's a lot of work. You might as well just walk, right? So I don't think, personally, out of all this that I've talked about, I think land vehicles will end up still being in the game, and they'll deal with the problems, right? Or maybe they won't. They'll just let people kill all the animals by running them over. I guess that's a good way to, make all the animals extinct on a planet if that's what you want to do. If that's your goal, just run them all down with your vehicle. Anyways, I think they'll eventually be a thing just because fans and people who talk about the game want them. But I'm just here to point out a lot of why not they will be a thing. Why it would be bad to have land vehicles, or less fun to have land vehicles, more so. So I still think they'll be a thing because fans want them. Do I think they will be something at the launch of the game? Still possibly, because they do have concept art of land vehicles. So we do not know, but that is it for me, guys. That is all. I do believe I have covered everything. Leave your comments below. Let me know some other reasons why they could be good in the game, why they wouldn't be good in the game. Give me some theories, whatnot. Let me know. I will be doing a video just on submarines, so we're going to be touching on submarines because there's other reasons those could be a thing or might not be a thing. So I will be doing a video solely on submarines in the game because we still don't know anything about that or if they will be a thing. Anyways, guys, that's it for me. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe for anything and everything No Man's Sky. Make sure you check out my last video, which was on portals in No Man's Sky. Very interesting, very mysterious thing in No Man's Sky. Anyways, guys, that's it for me. My name has been JustJarrod, aka the No Man's Sky guy. I hope you guys have a magnificent day, and I will see all of you guys in the next video. Peace out.